Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Modifix. My name is Dan, and today we are fixing. Okay, so interesting story. The Mazda Rx7, the reason I got it for a decent price is because the compression readings were a little bit low. What I've discovered since I've got the car is that in 2020 the readings were in the high sixes on both rotors, maybe even a 7, and in 2022 the car was serviced, and then a week later the compression results were taken and the front rotor was in the sixes, the rear rotor was in the high 5s. I just wanted to check the service history, and what I discovered was that in the last service they had used 530 fully synthetic oil. I've got a feeling that that is the root cause for the compression results being lower than they should be. So what I'm going to do is, let me show you. Right then, we've got flushing oil, we've got a new filter there, and we've got some new oil, right specification, and it is suitable for turbocharged vehicles. Right, that was the other thing. This filter is a Marley filter, and a lot of you are probably thinking, why are you not fitting a genuine Mazda one? Well, a Mazda filter now, I don't know, is it a 30-year-old design? Have they improved it? I don't know. I know it was designed for this car, so might be beneficial. The only other difference that I've observed is that a Mazda filter has a one-way valve in it, and it stops the oil going back in, and I've been assured that the Marley one also has the same. Marley is a very good brand. They are a German brand, and they make a lot of motoring products, pistons to name one, and rods. I have faith, and I'm happy to install this. If you do have any doubts, let me know. I'll be open to hearing about them. Right guys, update time. I've been on the phone to the company that decided to put 530 oil into the car, and they told me that they actually put special 530, I think it's called, liquid moly. I'll find out the name and I'll ping it somewhere. So good quality stuff, but just not right for this engine. And then they also put an additive in there called Ceratec. Now, the Ceratec is like a ceramic coating for the bore or whatever, and in about 300 miles it reduces friction and da-da-da-da-da. But anyway, don't know why they did all that without asking, but whatever. I spoke to the firm, and they said that they had spoken to Liquid Moly to make sure that oil was suitable for the rotary engine. I tried to call Liquid Moly and I didn't get through, so they did call me in the end. I left a message. I asked them about it, and they said that their oil checker tool shows that that oil is correct for the car. I questioned it, and he said he'll find out for me and investigate a bit further, so they're going to get back to me. Regardless of that, I am going to dump the oil, and I'll tell you why. Every rotary specialist that I've spoken to, and any website you look on, says do not use synthetic oil. Now, I actually phoned up a rotary specialist here in Essex, and clue in the name, guys, clue in the name. And this car's been to that place before, you see, so he was livid that somebody had used synthetic oil in it. He did tell me to flush it out, and he said not to use flushing oil, which I was planning to do because he doesn't know what effect that might have on the rotors, on the tips. So what we're going to do is, he's advised me to flush the oil 3 times. So I mean, dump the oil, put new oil in, dump the oil, put new oil in. And the reason for that is that the engine actually holds around 8 litres in total, including the oil cooler. And what they say is when you dump the oil from the sump, it doesn't release that oil that's trapped in the oil cooler. So basically you're diluting the oil and then dumping it again. So you dump the oil, put new oil in, run it up for about 20 minutes, dump it again, and do that 3 times basically. So that's what we're going to be doing. Except I'm going to be using the oil extractor, not the sump. So let's see how that goes. Oh, the other thing which I've learnt is that we need to put some 2-stroke oil in the petrol. All of this stuff, right, regardless of whether the compression is low or whatever, I mean, the car runs brilliantly, it starts hot and cold. So regardless of if the compression is low, it's all about protecting the engine. And from the research I've done on these cars, if you look after the engine in the correct manner, then the compression will stay where it is. The theory is 60 to 80,000 miles and the Wankel needs a rebuild. However, if it's looked after properly, over 100,000 miles, no problem.
Alright guys, update time again. So I have spoken to OP Oils now and about the situation, what's happened to the car, what oil it's got in it now, and they were saying that it's not really necessary, like we're not in the dinosaur ages anymore, oil has advanced, not really necessary to put 1540 mineral oil in the car. You can put 1040 semi-synthetic, and he said most semi-synthetics are mainly mineral anyway. And what he was also saying was the reason you don't want to put synthetic oil in your car is because it builds up a film inside the casing, and if you don't burn that off, then it can coke up the engine basically. So if you drive the car hard a little bit, you can get rid of that, so it's not the end of the world. But he wasn't too impressed by the fact the car had Ceratec in it, and for that reason he was in agreement that we should dump the oil. I have bought some premix oil, I'll show you in a minute. So I'm going to dump the oil now. Don't know if I need to dump it 3 times. The OP oil guy said to me, don't bother dumping it 3 times, just dump it once, drive it about, and then just do an oil change sooner rather than later again. Alright guys, as you can see, the oil is on its way out. This can here was empty. Once the oil has filled up a little bit, I'll have a look to see what it looks like. I did dip it and it looked alright, but let's see. Alright guys, I've just dumped that oil and look at it. Looks like it has got some, a little bit of water in it or something, a bit of condensation, which is not good. So I'm actually glad that I'm doing this. I don't know if that's the Ceratec or what. It's not black, it is brown, but look, I'll show you in the can. It's doesn't look too clever. Put the new stuff in now. I might actually run that up and dump it and then leave it after that. So I've probably got just over 4 litres out. I'd probably say 4.5. So that's a 4 litre can. Might be about 4 litres dead actually. So what I'll do is I'm going to put this stuff in now. Hyperlube 1540 mineral. Put 4 litres of this in. I'll run it up and see what it looks like on the dipstick, and then get it up to temperature and drop it again. As you can see, the clocks are a bit temperamental, so I'm going to have to look at the wiring around all of this. I mean, the tacho bounces around a little bit. It seems weird because as soon as you start the car and start driving it around for a little while, everything seems to sort itself out. I mean, when you first start the car, all of this comes on and it stays on and you can't do anything with it. But as soon as you car fully warms up, it seems to start working. That's very bizarre and I don't like it, so I'm gonna tear it all down and see what's going on behind there in a new episode. For now, let's focus on the oil. So we're up to about 3 bar, aren't we? And I'm revving it, look how. Yeah, much better. That is a lot better already. Quite happy with that actually. Okay, and now I'm going to dump it. There we go. There we go. Right guys, this is the oil that's come out. I'll let you be the judge of what it looks like. Look at that. Still doesn't look right, does it? So I think I'm going to dump it once more. Give you a little sneak peek, look. Here's your sample of oil. Now, as you can see, it's decent. It's no longer got that horrible black stuff floating in it. But I wouldn't say it's amazing. Let me just pour some away. I think I'm going to take the decision to dump it once more and then I'll be happy. I think we've done it, guys. It looks so much cleaner now. I just ran that up for about 20 minutes. Look at it. Beautiful. Okie dokie, I've just taken a little bit out for you to look at. Look at that, much better in it. That's what's just come out. I've just put some brand new in it. And there, guys, is some brand new oil, just for comparison. So you can see why I'm being so anal about it all. But yeah, I think I'm happy now. Alright, so the next thing is premix. The previous owner never premixed. I am going to. And this stuff here has a very good write-up on OP Oil's website, and it's decently priced. I know the Edimitsu oil is supposed to be the one to put in, but it's made in Japan. It's really hard to get, and at the end of the day, I think as long as it's a good branded quality oil, you should be fine. So I'm going to put this in at 100 mils to a full tank, which is, I believe, 65 litres. So that's the recommended amount by Essex Rotary, I believe. So let's put that in now, and that will be everything done for this episode.
So I'm not sure if the premix and the oil are going to make a massive difference to the compression. Let me know your thoughts down below if you think it will or won't. The theory I'm basing it on is there might have been some build up using that Ceratec stuff and synthetic oil. I think the car had only done around 200 miles in between being serviced and being in my possession. Also, if you ever compression test a car and you drop a bit of oil down the balls, which in theory we're doing by adding the premix, then you should see a slight increase in compression. So that's my theory. Let me know what you think. I might be talking total bollocks. I'd like to hear your view on it. I forgot to shoot an outro for this video. Hope you enjoyed that one. These videos are roughly about 6 months old now. I have done quite a lot of work on the car already, so I've got lots of content to post. I just haven't had time to post it. So I hope you're enjoying it. If you are enjoying it, subscribe to my channel for more of it and give us a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.